Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another 3DS Game Ideas video. And this one, actually, I think a lot of people probably would have thought about this too and said that this is something that should have been obviously done, but it wasn't done. And that's making me question why it wasn't done. And it's not like it couldn't have been done, because I know that Christian Whitehead could have worked on the port of this game to go to the 3DS, and he didn't. But that was a call that was made by Sega, and that's the only thing I can think of is that Sega decided that it wasn't going to go to the 3DS because it wasn't actually something that they think would have been worthwhile. But I disagree with them completely, and that is for Sonic Mania to go to the 3DS. Oh gosh. And I did that intentionally like that on purpose because I just wanted to do it because it was fast speaking, and just like I'm doing it right now, and I can't handle I can't, couldn't find a way to stop myself. Okay, slow down, Dre. Now I'm going to get twisted on my words if I keep doing that. But honestly, Sonic Mania should have been on the 3DS. To me, it makes no sense that it wasn't on the 3DS. And I know that the first thing people will say, well, you couldn't do multiplayer on it, or at least local multiplayer. And that's not true. You could do local multiplayer with it. It would just have to have multiple 3DSs. But it's not like it couldn't be done. So you could run it on one 3DS and then have download play for the others. And that's a feature of the 3DS that just like for some reason kept getting neglected. And it's like the DS used that ability so well. It's freaking ridiculous. But the 3DS, it's like that ability to do that with a game was neglected completely. And I'm like, why was this neglected? Why did y'all not use this? Because there are tons of people with 3DSs. And all you'd have to do for the 3DS version of Sonic Mania, for the multiplayer, the competition mode, literally, you are playing on your 3DS screen. And then the bottom screen shows everybody's progress through the level. So if you're playing with other people, you'd be able to track how far they are along. And actually with the 3DS, you'd actually be able to have 5-player local by having 5 separate people playing together with other people, because you could have everybody playing together. And it could have been online, which is actually something that should have been with Sonic Mania anyways, to have an online competition mode, but they didn't do it. But that's a video for another time. But right now, it's just Sonic Mania Plus, or Encore, whatever you want to call it. They could have put it on there. Like, seriously, it makes no sense to me, like I said, that it's not there. It should have been one of those games that got put on the 3DS, and it should still get put on the 3DS. They could drop it on the 3DS right now. No one would be mad about that. Not a single person. And they could drop it on the 3DS and say, we have the feature of 5-player local competitive play. That would be the 3DS's special feature for this game. Because you could have literally every person play with a different character. You could have somebody as Sonic, somebody as Knuckles, somebody as Tails, Ray, and Mighty. You'd literally have the full cast of characters able to race together in levels if it was on the 3DS. That's all it would take. And it's like, Sega, the idea here is that you could have put this out and you didn't. Now, I'm not saying that people with multiple copies of the game couldn't play with each other for quicker, play or whatever, but download play should have been a thing. If they couldn't extend download play to 3, if they couldn't extend download play past 2 additional people, fine. Then you could just have 2 3DSs. Well, 3 3DSs playing together off of one game. But if you had at least 2, then yeah, 5. Like, do something with this. It's a waste that this wasn't done. And it irritates the crap out of me. But like, it's not like the base game of Sonic Mania could not have been run on this device, because we know it could have. And I swear if somebody were to say that, I'd smack them. Like, it's still old school 2D Sonic. And correct me if I'm wrong, but old school 2D Sonic games are already on 3DS. This one just has better animation. That's really it. Better animation and more sprites. That's honestly it. Yeah, and some of the level layouts are a bit different, but okay, not a big deal. Not a huge deal. To be fully honest, that is not a huge deal. And I'm just like wondering why it hasn't been done. Sega, tell me why this hasn't been done. No, I'm actually joking. Like, they don't really have to explain because I kind of just figured they figured it wouldn't have been lucrative enough. But again, I disagree because I think if it was put out on the 3DS, there would have been that there would have been a bunch of people that went ahead and bought it. Seriously, and it's just like this is one of those things where I'm like, I would have done it. I would have done it. I'm like, okay. I could put it here. I could put it there. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it on the 3DS. Well, it just makes more sense to go ahead and put it on the 3DS. Have a version of it on the 3DS. If they didn't go with putting Sonic Mania Plus on the 3DS, which they should at this point. If they didn't go with putting Plus on the 3DS, they should have at least put the original base Sonic Mania game on the 3DS. There's no excuse for that. As far as I am concerned, there is no excuse for that. And I hope you guys enjoy the multiplayer gameplay from me and my kids. I'm pretty sure I recorded some, and I've been waiting for a reason to use it. So this was the perfect opportunity. But that's it. I don't really have much more to say. It's just like, again, this is an irritant to me, and I think that it would have been a smart idea by saying it. And I really wish that they would say, hey, let's go ahead and drop this on there. Like, we know what's going out the door. But let's drop this on there as a farewell to the 3DS, because we don't know what Nintendo's plans for another handheld are. And I'm not talking about Sega. I'm talking about us. Because there's a lot of speculation going around. But if I'm thinking, if we go by how accurate I have been in the past with the Switch and stuff, and the way I'm thinking right now, I think I know which direction that they're going. But I'm not going to say too much more. I've already done videos on it anyway. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games. And God dang it, I let this lock up again. And peace out.